My name is Paula Bath, and I'm the Learning Support Coordinator in the middle school here in Pacific Academy. I work with special needs students, learning support students, and I'm in charge of their plans and their IEPs, or individualized educational programs. And I coordinate that and a group of educational assistants that work with them. Some of our students need some tools to help them with their focus and to help them to be able to pay attention better in the classroom. And so we want them to better handle transitions and changes. So we've created sensory tools that students are able to use in the classroom. We have learned over the years that what works for special needs students truly works for all students, and so we've been intentional about placing sound field systems in all classes. It's basically an amplification system in the classroom. The teacher wears a small mic, and there's a transmitter, and there's a tower placed somewhere in the classroom to support and amplify sound. And so we have found that our students are more engaged and they're better listeners when our teachers use the sound field system. We also have created a sensory toolkit that we have put in all the classrooms, or a version thereof that we utilize in all of our classes. The number one tool that our students have used predominantly is the noise canceling headphones. So if students are engaged in a task that's an independent task, then they're able to use the noise canceling headphones and then drown out some of the distractions around them. We have a couple of sensory bottles, and the premise behind the sensory bottles is that there's one that you shake up and the sprinkles or the sparkles inside replicate our feelings. So when we are feeling anxious or overwhelmed, we watch the sparkles settle, and then our feelings should hopefully settle and relax. We do have a journal included in our sensory toolkit so that students can have a voice in that way. Some of what students want to articulate, they want to do so privately. So sometimes students will share their thoughts and ideas in a written format. Some will articulate it later, and when there's a debriefing session, and you can talk to the student about how they were feeling at the time. The pedal desks that we have in our school, currently we have two, and they have been basically used so that students can receive movement and still be able to be in the class and get their work accomplished. We are hoping that we are promoting inclusivity by demonstrating that these tools should be in all classes, readily available to all students. You don't need a diagnosis to be able to use these tools. Anybody can use the tools. We know that when kids come to school with mental health issues or with learning disabilities or even with learning differences, we know that sometimes the materials that we provide in the class, that's not enough intervention. So therefore, we have decided to take it to the next step and think about the possibility of creation of a sensory room. This year in our school, we've taken a focus on social-emotional learning. And social-emotional learning is something that impacts all of us, not just special needs students. So my hope is that we continue to be inclusive and that we continue to be a society that promotes mental health issues. We support students and adults and all people that have any difficulties, whether they are mental health issues or learning issues and difficulties.